Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek, and today we're going to be looking at some very cool figures. The first one we're looking at here is a Gundam Exia GU-16. This thing is really cool. Now this is not a model, this is actually a figure itself already done up and built. Take a look at the artwork on this. This is really cool. This is from the Gundam universe, and this is one of my personal favorite Gundams. I actually like this. I've been looking for the model and haven't had any luck, but I saw this on the shelf at my local Target and I couldn't help but pick it up. Here you can see in the back you got some product shots of the figure itself, looking awesome as ever. You got some of the other types of Gundams in this series that you'll be able to pick up. Along the side you got Gundam Exia. You got another cool picture on the bottom here. You got the Gundam universe on top. So guys, I can't wait. Let's open up this box and let's take a look at this figure right now. Alright guys, so this is everything you get in the box. As you can see here, you get the figure itself, the giant blade, you get two individual other blades, you get these 4 spikes that actually come in the back, 2 sets of hands, and you get this additional post here so you can mount them on other stands. Now let's take a closer look at the figure himself. Now let's see if I can get my camera to focus on him so we can get a really good look at this figure. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. See right there, I think it's just too white, but all in all, this figure does have some weight to him. I'm not too thrilled on the plastic they use. It feels kind of flimsy, feels almost rubbery, a rubbery like plastic, but it does look amazing. I just love this Gundam. This Gundam is an awesome Gundam. I watched the original Gundams back from the early 80s and 70s, and I liked that a lot. I wasn't all crazy about it, but when 00 Gundam came out, I just got enthralled with the storyline and just binge watched it all the time. I think I've watched it like 30 or 40 times. These Gundams are awesome. Just look at the detail on this Gundam here. Really amazing. You can see the engine on the back there, the centerpiece on the chest. Once again, really nice. Now the articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you get a lot of weeble wobble right there. Now these parts on the shoulders do not come with it attached. I actually attached them when I took them out the package, but they do have some play in it, so you can actually maneuver them around whilst maneuvering around the figure itself. Now the arms can come out pretty much that far. That's about as far as it can go. As you can see, it's not fully 90 degrees. Now they do have double jointed elbows. He does have bicep rotation. It does do a 360 degree rotation at the shoulder. As you can see here, more than 90 degrees. Awesome for articulation, for posing. Now you do have 2 sets of hands. Right now I have the closed fist on, but there is a little bit of articulation in the wrist. Now with the chest, you do have a little bit of a waist swivel mid chest, as you can see here. Now with the legs, it's a little different. You do have the thigh rotation, as you can see here. Now the legs don't go very far forward because of the padding up front. Now I'm not sure on this because I know most of the models that I've been doing, the Gunpla I've been doing, you get a lot more articulation with this figure. I'm not really sure, but some of these things do come off very easily as well, and we're going to get into that as we go. Now you do have a double jointed knee, and pretty much that's just so he can go 90 degrees. Without that double jointed knee, he would not be able to do a 90 degree bend like this. So he can't go that farther back, which kind of limits his posing in the legs. Now the legs, as you can see, are on a ball joint down there as well. So the action figure itself doesn't have much in articulation as opposed to most of the Gunpla. But like I said, these things do have some weight to them. Now the figures you do get, you're gonna have to change out to put some of the accessories on, like this giant sword right here, which is very awesome. It's the sword and the firearm for Exia. You can fold it up like that. Now I just need to replace his hand, so let's go get the hand that he needs. Now these hands here are a little bit, once again, flexible, rubbery plastic, so you can drop in the weapon in the hand. So let's go ahead and put that on there. It just pops right in. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just drop in the weapon into the hand. Try to maneuver it around to get it in there. All right, there we go. Now it has the index finger out for a trigger, but the weapon doesn't have a trigger, so I think because of that, it actually makes this weapon a little loose in his hand, which kind of sucks because it's gonna affect the posability on this figure when you pose him up on your shelf. Now you can also attach his shield right there for the finished look. And like I always like to keep the sword backed up like that because that's how he always had it in the show. And he just looks amazing with it like that. Now let's put that hand aside. Now he comes with this hand here for the other side if you wanted to put it on. And he also comes with this little mount adjusters, which actually mounts on the bottom of him. So you can put him on another type of stand that doesn't fit the Gundam. You have that attachment there that you can actually put them on different types of stands. Now we got these 4 spiky things here. I'm not really sure what they are. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they have the ports on the back here. I'm gonna turn them around so you can see. You have 2 ports on the top of the back and on the lower waist. And these just snap right in. So let's go ahead and just snap these in to complete the Gundam. There you go. Now I'm assuming there's only one way to go because I tried putting them on the other way. They don't seem to go on very well. This way, when they go on, they actually lock in and it's a nice snug fit. So I'm assuming this is the way they go. Let's get the last one on there. All right, there we go. So we have those on there. I'm not sure if those were actually like missile projectiles or what have you, but I know they're on there, so let's go ahead and put them. Now the last thing we got is 2 other swords that come with them. Now as you can see, these swords do have a little bit of detail and they do have a place to mount on him. So let's go ahead and let's get them mounted on the sides of his hips. Now, see, this is the thing I was talking about. These things are basically just fall off. They're not really tight. They don't lock in. So you can just pop them off and mount the swords on there and then place them back. This is the one thing that is kind of a disappointment there, that they are that loose to just plop off. And I didn't notice until I actually took it out and was messing around with it while shooting the footage. And then I realized for a second I almost thought I broke it. But then I realized that I didn't break it, it's just the way it is. So let's go ahead, let's mount these onto the Gundam now. Alright, like I said, they just squeeze on there, they don't really snap in or anything. You gotta be careful with them because they will flop out, like I said. Messing around with them, I took them, as soon as I took them out the box, I played with them for about 20-30 minutes. And those things just kept flopping out. But there you go. We get them posed up right. It's a lot more difficult to set up posing as opposed to the Gunpla that I've been building. Those things are amazing, and I got a couple of more that I'm going to be putting up on the channel as soon as I finish building them. But there you go. The Gundam Exia, an awesome Gundam suit. Now, I did say we have another Gundam we're going to look at. It's the same thing. It's an action figure, not a Gunpla. So let's go ahead before we do anything else and let's go take a look at the next Gundam I got. Alright guys, so the next Gundam figure I got goes great with the Exia, and it's a Target exclusive. And this one is the Gundam Exia in Trans Am mode. Look at that right there. It's in Trans Am mode. That is awesome looking. And now this is a Target exclusive. Was able to pick it up. Like I said, I'm not too crazy about these type of figures, but with this particular Gundam, I had to get these because it just looks too cool to pass up. And I've been having trouble trying to find some Gunplas of these. As you can see here, you got some more of the figures there, this line. You got some cool product shots of the figure all the way around the box. Once again, guys, let's get them out the box and let's take a look at this figure here. Alright, so here is the Gundam Exia battle suit in Trans Am mode. Once again, looks really cool, but let's go ahead and get a closer look at this. Take a look at the paint scheme on this one here, which is really nice. I actually like this one. Once again, these are a little bit heavy. And this one actually could hold the large sword a little bit better. And the sword holsters on the hips are a little bit tighter. This one is just a little bit tighter. For some reason, it's like this company actually went and did this one a little bit better because it was a Target exclusive. I don't know why. They should be quality control on all their figures going out, but for some reason, this one is a little bit better than the other one. But once again, just look at it. It's got that color scheme like it's in Trans Am mode, which is really awesome. It's got the same articulation as the other Exia mobile suit. So we're not going to go too much into the articulation, but just look how that red just shines. It's got that metallic red on there. Really nice. These are some awesome looking figures, guys. As you can see, he's got the black there in the knees. Once again, it does come with the same exact accessories. The only difference is just the color of the Gundams. And like I said, this one can actually hold the weapon on his right side a little bit better than the other Exia suit. But once again, really nice looking. I wish they did a little bit more paint details, but it is a good paint job. It's probably a lot better than what I would have done if I would have tried to done something like this myself. Whoop, can't let them fall over. All right, where are you looking over to? Let's get you right here. All right, once again, an awesome looking suit. Now I don't know the scale of these. These things are a oddball scale, but let's go a little comparison with a couple of the Gundam suits that I have in various sizes, and let's see if we can roughly guess what it is. All right, so first off, let's bring out the Axia suit. All right, now let's bring out the 79. Now this one, I don't know the size either, but it's way smaller than the Axia. A lot small, so obviously they're not on the same scale. Now this one here, I can't remember the name of it, but this one is the second Gunpla I did. Once again, that is a 1/44 scale. None of them size up. Very odd. Hopefully the next time they put these suits out, or next time I go to the hobby store or Target, I can find out what scale these figures actually come in, because on the Target shelf, these things come in various sizes. All right, guys, but that's where we're gonna finish this video for today. Alright guys, so that wraps up another episode of Toy Collector Review. Once again, if you're the type of guy that collects these action figures here, or the Gundams, they're really cool. I do like them, to be honest. I like the weight to them. I like the solid to them. They are way heavier than the Gundam models that I've been putting together lately. The only thing that does have a drawback for me is how flimsy the side skirts for the swords holsters just flop off the side. How rubbery he feels. He does feel like he's like made of a cheap rubber instead of a good, strong, solid plastic, which I would have preferred. And the articulation. But other than that, for display wise, he is gonna fit the bill. Like I said, this is one of my favorite Gundam shows right here, is the 00 Gundams. And I want to try to find these Gundams out there and be able to build the kit so I can actually display them. Until I do, I got this guy here, and I got the Trans Am mode, and I ain't gonna lie, the Trans Am mode does look fantastic. It does look great. I am excited about having that one on my shelf to go along with the few Gundams that I already built. But like I said, if you're a guy who collects these, there's nothing wrong collecting these. These are actually really good, and I do like them. This is my first two that I purchased from here, and more than likely as I go along I will probably purchase a few from time to time of these pre-made ones, but I will be building most of my Gundams as I go along. But guys, once again, at the end of the show, as always, if you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a member of this channel, hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified every time I put out a new video. And guys, share this on all your social media platforms. Let's get the word of this channel out there. And guys, if you like the content that I'm putting out on this channel, go ahead and smash that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're watching this on Rumble, go ahead and smash that Rumble button. If there's anything in particular you guys would like to see on this channel, go ahead and hit me in the comment section below, and I will do my best to try to get that out there for you guys. Once again, I'm Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.